The Arti Bhajan begins with the words Jai Jagadish. Jai means victory. Jagadish means the Lord of the world. Jag, of course, is the world. Ish comes from the word Ishwar, and combination of these two words give us Jagadish. But we're saying victory here to the Lord. We must remind ourselves at the onset of the chanting of this bhajan that we're expressing victory to the Lord within our own mind and body. We're saying victory to that divine force in all of us. Jai Jagadish Hare. And in all our scriptures, wherever there is an attempt to describe God, we find that the word Jagadish is very prominent. It means the Lord is the controller. He is the creator. He is the organizer. He is the destroyer. And it is probably the most effective word to describe God and at the same time to allow so many manifestations of His power to be heard and to be understood. In Goswami Tulsidas's Ramcharitmanas, there are many attempts to describe the Lord, and in every attempt, this word also is found. Let's look at a very beautiful chopai from Balkand of the Ramcharitmanas, where Parvati attempts to describe the Lord. And these are her words.
Vishwanath Mama Nath Murari Tribhuvan Mahima Vidit Tumhari Vishwanath Mama Nath Murari Tribhuvan Mahima Vidit Tumhari.
Pratasmarami hृदि संस्फुरदात्मतत्त्वम् Satchit Sukham Paramahamsa Gatim Turiyam Yat Swapna Jakarat Sushupti Mavaiti Nityam Tad Brahmanishkalamaham Nacha Bhuta Sangha Hari Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om Namaskar Assalamu Alaikum Sitaram, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, my dear brothers and sisters. This is your friend and brother, Acharya Arun Gossai, coming to you live from New York City on another segment of Avenues to Peace. A program, my dear friends, where we analyze various means, various methodologies, various formulas, the reality for achieving peace and quietude in one's being. Special thank you to my brother Roshan Ji, to Pooja Ji, and to Ashti Ji for making today's program possible live on AbeeChunes.com, Abee Chunes Radio, Abee Chunes Facebook Live, and Bhuvaneshwar Mandir Facebook Live as well. Once again, my dear brothers and sisters, from wherever you're listening from live in the world, we bid you a swagatam, a special welcome to today's session. My dear brothers and sisters, once again, the Lord has smiled upon all of us. The Lord has shown us His divine favor. And it is because of this reason alone, that many people wake up every morning with the Lord first and foremost in their mind. You see, the mind, my dear friends, is this ocean that we saw in the last program. And when on the 10th day of this Ganesh Utsav, we would have merged Lord Ganesha into that ocean that is the mind. Understanding that Ganesha is intelligence, is the intellect that allows us to reason, that allows us to make the right decision, that allows us to navigate very freely and very successfully, that allows us to be the best versions of ourselves as possible, giving more than we take in this world. When we merge such concepts into that ocean of the mind that can be very troublesome, that can be very treacherous at times, is not true. The mind sometimes is like an ocean. It is so wavy and rough. Even the biggest of ships can sink into the depths of that ocean if they're not careful. So in our lives, we too can sink into this ocean like the Titanic. People said the Titanic was unsinkable. But we see in our lives that many sink into the depths of their mind, never recovering from illness. But in our lives, my dear brothers and sisters, how do we recover from any illness? How do we recover from the various icebergs of dark thoughts? We simply have to use the life raft. We have to use Ganesha as that vehicle, as that ship, as that vahan in our lives, merging intelligence, intellect, with normal everyday function of the mind. And what does everyday function of the mind mean? What is the mind? The mind is a flow of thoughts. If anyone ever asks us what the mind is, it is a flow or bundle of thoughts, also known as an ocean of thought. And in the ocean, there are many creatures, many different things, many different objects. Buried deep beneath the ocean is treasure, gems. And when one navigates properly using special equipment, one can very well unravel the gems that are deep within. When we use Lord Ganesha's form and we use Ganesha's being and we learn more about the philosophy of Ganesha and we merge that into the mind, merging the intellect with the mind, we will very well unravel all of the hidden gems that are deep within this mind. So this is Ganesh Utsav. For 10 days, my dear brothers and sisters, we look at Lord Ganesha, we look at Katha, we read the Puranas, we see the various aspects of Ganesha, we read the Vedas, and we see so many different aspects of Lord Ganesha in an attempt to practice just one maybe, or to know more about Ganesha, so that in our lives, our mind can finally merge and fuse with Ganesha. Isn't that true? On the 10th day of Visarjan, isn't that the hope? Putting Ganesha in the water, allowing the clay to disperse throughout the entire water, mud becoming mud once again, but understanding that the philosophy in our lives of Ganesha should merge into every thought, word, and deed. In the beautiful Vedas, my dear brothers and sisters, there's a beautiful, beautiful description of who Lord Ganesha is. And this particular part of the Vedas found in the Atharvana Ved, in the Khela Adhyaya, in the specific chapter, you find a Ganesha Atharvashirsha Upanishad. Ganesha Atharvashirsha Upanishad. A wonderful Upanishad, my dear friends, that is dedicated to shed more light onto Ganesha's role in our lives. Practical description of Ganesha that shows that Ganesha is really responsible for our existence. And in the fourth mantra, we see Tvam Bhangmayas Tvam Chinmayah Tvam Anandamayas Tvam Brahmamayah Tvam Bhangmayas Tvam Chinmayah Tvam Anandamayas Tvam Brahmamayah Tvam Satchidananda Dvitiyose Tvam Pratyaksham Brahmase Tvam Jnanamayo Vijnanamayose. In the beautiful language of Sanskrit, it gives an artha, an explanation as to what this mantra means. And it says, Tvam Vangmayaha Asi, Tvam Chinmayaha Asi, Tvam Anamayaha Asi, Tvam Brahmamayaha Asi, Tvam Satchid Ananda Asi, Tvam Advityaha Asi, Tvam Pratyaksham Brahma Asi, Tvam Jnanamayaha Asi, Tvam Vijnanamayaha Asi. So in the beautiful language of Sanskrit, we see a translation as to what this mantra means as it's put into regular prose. And we see that it says, Tvam Vangmayas Tvam Chinmayaha, Tvam Vangmayas Tvam Asi. You are, O Ganesha, the embodiment of speech. So first and foremost, we see according to the Vedas, the highest text of Hinduism, we see that Lord Ganesha is not just a physical form with elephant head and a belly and arms and legs, very cute to look at. That is not all Ganesha is. But Ganesha is something that is very, 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 very significant in our lives. The ability to speak, right from the Vedas, we see that with the blessings of Sharada, with the blessings of Saraswati, the ability, the faculty of speech, my dear brothers and sisters, that is Ganesha. So look at the beauty of it, huh? We pray to Saraswati Devi for her to influence this speech so it comes out the right way. But we see in the Upanishad that Tvam Vangmaya, you are the embodiment of speech. You are speech itself. You know how sometimes you may have a barren piece of land and you want to grow certain vegetables. You want to grow certain things and you want to reap that harvest one day, hopefully. Saraswati Devi is the knowledge to cultivate that land in such a way that you will bear the best of fruits and vegetables. The actual land, the field, what is called kshetra, the field, is known as Ganesha. Look how beautiful. Sometimes we wonder, Ganesha is separate from Saraswati. No, you actually need both and all manifestations of God to lead a successful, fulfilled life. So it is not enough to have Ganesha in the picture. We must invoke wherever Ganesha is to have a power-packed combination, a dynamic duo for success. We must have not only speech, but we must have the mother of speech come into our mind so that whatever speech is will make a difference in the lives around us, will make a lasting impact in the minds around us, will make a transformation, again, from only a disintegrated mind, where the mind leads the intellect, into an integrated mind, where the intellect, Ganesha, will lead the mind to better places. So we see in the Upanishad, Tvam Vangmaya, you are the embodiment of speech. You are speech itself. You are that field of speech. So in this way, my dear brothers and sisters, we see that Ganesha is more than that form. Ganesha is the ability to speak, is speech itself, the faculty of speech. So the next time you utter even one word, one sound, the next time you hear any sound in the universe, that is all Vani. See Lord Ganesha, feel Lord Ganesha in the vibrations, and see Lord Ganesha, hear Lord Ganesha in all of those words. Tvam Vangmayastvam Chinmayaha. So you are not only speech, but you are the cause of speech also. You are Chinmayaha. Chinmayaha, when you break the sandhi, you get Chid Mayaha. Chid means consciousness, Mayaha means to be full of. So that who is the embodiment of consciousness, that who is consciousness itself. So as we look at the beautiful Murti of Lord Ganesha, remind yourself, my dear brothers and sisters, merge this concept in the mind so that the next time we see any being alive and aware, we will respect that being, we respect that soul, we worship the Ganesha in that being. Why? Because according to the Vedas, it says very beautifully, Tvam Chinmayaha Asi. You, O Ganesha, Tvam means you are that consciousness. You are full of consciousness. You are the embodiment of consciousness. You are that which allows me to be aware and awake and to even utter a syllable. Asi, that you are. So for this reason, my dear brothers and sisters, because Lord Ganesha is speech, Lord Ganesha is awareness, Lord Ganesha allows us to be aware and awake and an experiencer of this world, we bow to Lord Ganesha daily, especially during these 10 days. Again, an attempt to merge these ideas and philosophies into the mind so that in every spoken word we see and feel Ganesha, we hear Ganesha, and in every single thing we see Ganesha as the embodiment of consciousness. Anandamayaha, Tvam Anandamayaha Asi. You, O Lord Ganesha, are Anand. What is Ganesha? Anand. What is Anand? Anand means unending bliss. While the world will give you temporary happiness, right? Ice cream doesn't last forever. Situations that we love don't last forever. A trip to Cancun doesn't last forever. Even if you live there, it doesn't last forever. Nothing lasts forever, my dear brothers and sisters. But what lasts forever is that one unseen substratum known as God. What is God according to Vedanta? God is Sat Chit Ananda. Truth. Sat. The Lord is the truth. The Lord allows everything to exist. Chid, consciousness, as we saw. Chinmayaha. The Lord, my dear brothers and sisters, is that which allows you to be alive. And because the Lord is that existence, God is truth, things that will be there forever, that which allows everything to be. Even though temporary, all the things in the world, they cannot exist without truth and existence. All of the false things of the world, everything is false, temporary. If it is false, it cannot be true. So in the realm of this Maya, that permanent base is Lord Ganesha. And that base can never end. As a matter of fact, the world comes out of it, it exists for a while, and then goes right back into that consciousness, that existence that is the Lord. So imagine all of us have come from Ganesha, like you have a big piece of dough and you take a piece of dough from it and you play with the dough, you make all sorts of figures with that dough, then you put that dough right back into the rest of the dough. That is Lord Ganesha. That is the existence principle from which all of us have come. So when you look at your body, when you look at your thoughts, all of it is actually Lord Ganesha, according to the Veda. According to Atharvana Ved, my dear brothers and sisters, in the Kila Adhyay, in the specific chapter, the Ganapati Atharvashesha Upanishad says that Tvam Andamayaha, you are full of bliss. Why? Because you never end. While the entire world ends, while all of these names and forms will go, Raja bhi jayega, Yogi bhi jayega, all of the kings, all of the yogis, everybody will go. Our possessions will go as well. You will be that only substratum that remains there forever. So, my dear brothers and sisters, according to Upanishad, we see that Lord Ganesha is larger than life. Lord Ganesha is so much larger than the Murti. When we focus on Ganesha in all of these aspects, as Vangamaya, as the embodiment of speech, as Anandamaya, the embodiment of bliss. Why? Because he never ends, and something that never ends can never make you sad. When you focus on that within you and you merge this with the mind, by the 10th day, you'll become a superhuman being where all you'll see is Ganesha, and you can never ever be sad again. And you'll be Chinmayaha. You'll be full of that consciousness, full of that awareness that is Lord Ganesha. You'll see that Lord within you that is one without a second, and you will see it in all beings, and you will love and respect all. Isn't this the goal of life? So in this way, if we can transform ourselves by the Guru's grace, and also by Lord Ganesha's divine mercy, Ganesha's bliss, what will happen to us is that we will become embodiments of Lord Ganesha. So God bless all of you, my dear brothers and sisters. I'd like to remind you that tonight, our brother Shekharaji and his team at the Sai Gurukul on the Vanwick Expressway at 93rd Avenue, they are hosting a wonderful 3-night celebration of Lord Ganesha and Utsav at the Arya Spiritual Grounds, 133rd Avenue, 133rd Street and Liberty Avenue, where Ramayana Park usually takes place. All of you are invited to come starting tonight, September 17th at 4:30 p.m. Our brother Narad Gossai from Trinidad and Tobago, he will be officiating tonight from 4:30. So I urge all of you to please be there. And tomorrow night, September 18th, yours truly, Acharya Arun Gossai, will be officiating from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And on Sunday, their wonderful ceremony concludes at 9 a.m. So I urge all of you to support them. Shekharaji is a wonderful, wonderful person in our community, and he deserves our full support. Genuine leaders, my dear brothers and sisters, definitely deserve our support. So God bless you. May you stay safe and stay well, and keep Lord Ganesha in your mind. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om. Bole Shri Gajananam Bhagavan Ki Jai, Ganapati Bhagavan Ki Jai. Gauri Sutaya Namah.